Okay, let's do more Warzone. Berlin! Warzone! Finally, something that's not Warsaw. But yeah, I do love this game, and I don't mind playing it for you all. It's just that, you know, I'm just getting over. I'm just getting over the fact that I can't really play single player games anymore without, well, because no one watches it. So yeah, I mean, I guess I can play them off camera, but that's not how I do things. Like, I'll still play Halo, of course, on camera, but I can't. But no one watched Battlefield 5 at all, so never mind on that. Which makes sense, because how many people are playing World War 3 as opposed to how many people are playing Battlefield 5? But I mean, I still want to do the campaign on camera. It's just that I gotta get time to do 30 minutes of something, at least, upload that, and then just do a ton of Battlefield 5, or have it as a backup video. Let's do this thing.
Threat eliminated.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm kind of sad about that, but again, don't worry about it. I'll happily play this game forever if you want. I do love this game. It's just early access.
Bravo 1 is under attack.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, can't climb that. How do you? Out here. Run. Hurry. F back. Where is it? Oh, my thing back. Oh, there it is. Oh, standing on it. A clever camouflage. It's almost like you're doing a movie. It's almost like I didn't see it. That's just what I did. Okay, we're fully healed. I saw you. Oh. I can't believe my gun. Okay, so we know that the bullets come out of your gun. We know that for a fact. Because they were hitting the rebar where my gun actually was on the screen. You don't shoot mine bullets in this game like you used to in the game. Like, running time, reloading time. I do love the sprint crouch. Even though you don't get up from sprint, or get up from prone with this sprint crouching, it's still fine. Dumb rebar actually existing? How dare it? How dare it be part of the environment? I mean, like, seriously. It's almost like this game is realistic.
Objective Bravo 2 is under attack.
I don't see it blowing you. Look it. Man, I'm on it tonight.
Objective
Also,
Charlie
if you get up,
2
they
is
go.
under attack.
Also, it'd be nice to see a crouch prone stand indicator, so you know when you're crouching, especially in this game where you can clearly crouch sprint, and you could probably forget you're crouching for the entirety of the game.
Winning.
Like, you start crouching in the beginning and don't realize you're crouching, and just sprint crouch everywhere. It could be bad. I mean, probably won't exactly happen that way, but it could. You got contacts?
UAV.
Let's go get them contacts! Let's go get them! Where'd you get off to? They ran. If they existed. Or if I probably missed the bodies. That's also a possibility. Switching over to Light Gate Cog. Where shall they group a man?
Objective Charlie 1 is under attack.
Sprint to the sprint on the diagonal.
Our UAV
They'll never
is
figure it out.
online over the area.
Never lose your momentum. Like fire combat. We capped it. I'm not convinced though. they ran to? Where are they? Oh, they're back at C1. That's from. Okay, you're going to send Reaper Man off to right there. That's also where people are.
Online over the area. Our units are taking hold of objective Alpha 1.
Where's Reaper Man? Reaper Man don't see nobody. This team is clever because they have a team almost as big as ours. Go down the other way. I'm being locked by a radar.
Enemy radars are being jammed.
Good. Oh, they're. You just not happy what C1 is. They'll never get that point. Switching to Red Dot. Oh. I saw it. Okay, I take that back. Maybe there are mine bullets in this game. Or the gun is a bit, or they got a bit higher up on the body, or the bullets come out like where the sights are on the gun, or the gun is just set up a bit higher on the body. But that looked like mine bullets in it. Which is, that's what I'm calling. But that's what I'm calling the standard shooter thing of having, well, of having your gun shoot from your head. To simplify things, of course. Encoding and the games weren't that complex yet. I could have tried the donut sticky, but I'm not too sure about the syntax in this game for that. Middle, prepared for SG. G-way. Oh, come on! See, the grenades are. The stickies are so disappointing. They need longer range. Yes, they should have their whole lobbing routine. Like, they should be awkward in the air, but they should go farther than that. It's kind of sad. We should have spawned at A so I can intercept them if they go to A.
Somebody help! We're hit! Enemy APC has been detected.
Ah, that's a problem.
Our units are taking hold.
That would be interesting if the vehicles had weak points you can shoot at, if you were particularly good. Because, again, let's say you... oh, well, you see nothing, you see nothing, you saw nothing. Gun, you failed me! Gun, you failed me, you were shooting around him! Who zeroed these dot sights? Who did zero my... who didn't zero this gun's barrel? Was this the random Reaper Man? Yeah, I mean, the accuracy was terrible in that engagement. Like, only 2 shots hit him? Where am I going? Where am I going? How's going up?
Objective Bravo 1 is under attack.
And also, I wish when you had candid sights, you could tell what you switch to. At the very least, have a little thing say you switch to canted, switch to normal, switch to canted on the side of the screen, instead of relying on actually looking to see what your guy wants to do. Because of course, if this was real life, you would know they look what they do. Well, it worked that time. I scared him to death. Calling the Reaper Man.
Our UAV is online over the area.
Let's go around the battlefield cleaning up those jets. They won't see us coming from their own backyard. Where you can check, where you can't check. Where'd he go? He ran, but as long as he ran back to his mom. Oh, he did. I don't know who was more blind. You don't suck the pistolier, guy. I mean, you don't mess with the pistolier with a pistol. You don't do that. Remember back in Battlefield? Remember back in the Battlefield 1 beta, people were trying to pull that nonsense. Actually, pull a pistol on me. I mean, like, Who do they think they are? Some rifle guy who thinks he can beat the pistol duh? Well, pistol duh? I mean, come on. Okay, we need to do something about this predicament. Reaper man, reap him up.
Online over the area.
That's from.
Objective Bravo 1 is under attack.
Yeah, I can't tell if I stand on cannon or not. That is a mouse click I don't want to click if I don't.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy radar.
Camping bag. I love how those are so persistent.
Our UAV
Okay, we're camping, that's all that
over the
matters.
area.
Ah, that feels like the old days. Yeah, I'm definitely getting back to the old days.
Offensive
I
drone.
mean, and I have been getting
deployment.
better lessons all days too. Doing some unity exercises, stuff like that. Okay, now you get
Friendly
more.
airstrike incoming.
Only out of Reaper Band. Oh, mid-place! Our team is just doing that well, though. Actually, both teams are pretty good. Oh, hello.
Our UAV is online over the
Yeah,
area.
they're friendly.
Objective Charlie 1 is under attack.
Charlie, one!
Enemy
Running,
radars are being jammed.
running. Reaper man. Help our buddies. Oh, there we got a guy there.
Our UAV
For the back.
is online over the area.
no. We're just
Objective
staring at
Bravo
organized
2 is
iPad.
under attack. Our unit is taking hold of Objective Bravo.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of doing. Because a split second when you could be zooming in.
Our UAV is online over the
Ah.
area.
I can't either. I can't, like, I'm good at getting them either on horizontal or the vertical. Getting them on both is hard for me. Oh, but we win! Yeah, we did it. Alright. Yeah, we win! You got it. We did it. We won a match, and we actually did something to win the match. Yay! I'm getting back to my old self. Thanks to you all, too. Alright. Good work, everyone. Hey, and I got a positive kill death ratio. Forget getting back to myself. I'm doing better than my old self. Because I have a positive kill death ratio. Yeah, it's back in my old self when I won matches, single-handedly going on the outside of the map and just ruining the day for the enemy. Yes, I got negative kill death ratios. But now I can do the same thing, but get positive kill death ratios. And thanks to you all, staying with me for the last year. Thank you. And me trying to get back to normal, and actually pushed me to play tons of, tactical shooters. Which, by the way, I'm going to go back to Post-Scriptorum 2, and go back to some other older tactical shooters, which I think you might like. Again, I'll stand by this game. I'll stand by this game, and I'll definitely play it at least, I know, at most, every other day. Probably not every day, because I need to do other series. Expand more, and I mean, the thing is about doing a variety channel where you complete games, which I was running to a big headache, especially the past year, which ruined my everything. But the thing about doing a variety channel with LPs, and a lot of the YouTubers have figured this out too, is the fact that we do a variety channel with playthroughs, solid playthroughs which you have to finish to the end. You might never, you sacrifice playing new games for old games. Now, back in the day, before any titles were, indie titles and Steam was the new GameStop and AAA. Back in those days of when I started YouTube, it was easier then, because you just play, basically the only time in which you had issues with playing all the games was, of course, in the fall. In the fall you had gaming season, you still have gaming season, of course, but no other time in the year did you have to play tons of games and complete their campaigns. And if you were a variety YouTuber, that means you can spend the rest of the year playing the few titles that did come out, as well as playing tons of multiplayer, tons of, tons of these games which don't really have a playthrough mode. They have a let's play mode where it's extremely open-ended and it can just go on forever. Now in the era of indie games, where AAA titles are to some people dead, or, well, I mean, not, well, yes, to some people. Some people say they are. Some people act as if they don't exist anymore, and the only games we're playing are indie. And you play the most popular indie games imaginable. Interesting how that works. Which is not terrible for the indie developers. It's amazing, but still. But these people that went away from AAA gaming for multiple reasons, which they are legitimate, though not nearly as bad as people say they are. Like, for example, pre-orders. There is absolutely nothing wrong with pre-ordering a game that you really want if you're going to get it anyway. Like, for example, you are a Halo fan, you are a Battlefield fan. You played every single Halo, and you will play every single Halo. You're a Battlefield fan, you'll play you have played all the Battlefield games, and will play the new Battlefield games. Why shouldn't you pre-order them and convince EA to give DICE all of the money they have? People would argue from other developers, in order to, make better games, make better Battlefields. And also, pre-ordering allows establishments like GameStop to know how many copies they should get in. So when launch day does come and you find this is the best game ever, and guess what? Everyone went out and bought it, and if no one pre-ordered, GameStop would not know who bought the game. So of course you'll miss out on launch week of this awesome game. Now the counterpoint of this is saying that all games are terrible until proven good, which if you're more experienced enough to state that, then you're experienced enough to look at a trailer and know you should probably play it or not. Look at the track record of developer, see whether or not you should play it or not. And yeah, it's what I do. And I need to. I admit I mainly need to pre-order less. But yeah. But the reason why I pre-order is the pre-order games that I want, that I really want, that I'm really looking forward to, especially if they're small. If they are a small developer, pre-order it. Why? Again, the problem of if it's a good game, people are going to buy it, and you're going to miss out on it, and you can't do that as a YouTuber. Or if it's a more niche title as well, like that one RPG. If you're an RPG fan, you probably know what it's like to miss out on an RPG entirely forever because you didn't buy it on day one and wait for the reviews. Which, of course, is not for everyone. If you don't have the money, don't worry about it. But if you have the money, these are things you worry about. If you don't have the money, of course, wait for a YouTuber to play it, or a trusted review site, and see for your own. That's why we're here. That's why they're there. The press the press and influencers, as we're called, are there. So yeah, do whatever fits best for you. But I don't like it when people say all pre-orders are bad, all AAA games are bad because they gone downhill. I can get an indie game that's $14 on Steam as opposed to getting a $60 game, and I get some enjoyment out of the game. Yes, you are correct. You are also very open-minded, and why you hate AAA games because you're open-minded, I have no idea. I don't know how that works. But yeah, I mean, AAA games are $60 because they cost as much as a Hollywood film. Now, if you ask yourself, why is a Hollywood film worth that much when it's only a 2-hour endeavor, which nothing changes, whereas a video game being $60 changes every time you play it, that's the thing entirely. But think about it that way. For a fourth of a content, if you take a AAA shooter, which is 8 hours, minus multiplayer combat, content, the obvious answer is that, the movie fits better, and of course they cost the same as video game to make, but yeah. And then of course the issues AAA games have been having, it's because they're expensive to make. it's also the expensive to maintain. You know those free DLCs people give you? Yeah, back in my day, they weren't free. They cost as much as the entire game, and they were called expansions. And then they were called DLCs, which cost as much as an arcade title, as I call them, or a $15 game. Yeah. The people that did update games freely had only their one game, which they made a sequel of 2 decades later. So yeah, yes. Then again, I attribute it mostly to Minecraft, because Minecraft changed people's expectations of the game to constantly be updated, despite it was actually updating into a release. And it is updated past the release. Minecraft have been good, but yeah. But yeah, so microtransactions are popular to give you free updates. So they won't split the community, which is something in Battlefield community people have been saying that for years. If you were to try a Battlefield DLC map or Battlefield expansion map, 2 months after release, no one would be playing it. In which, if it was free DLC, everyone would be playing it still. So yeah. But anyway, so I did kind of go off topic there. I'm sorry. I mean, this was gonna be a short video anyway. This part. But yeah, so I will be I'm still a variety channel. I just need to learn how to variety with you all having an actual audience. Let's be honest here. So I know you all love tactical shooters. You all love historical war and modern war. Obviously modern war. We're playing World War 3, for example. So yeah, and I know you all still love seeing that one indie title. So I'll still be playing random indie titles, but whether or not be doing a whole series on them is up to you all, of course. All right, and by the way, before we wrap it up, let me know in the comments any opinions you have on like how I should be a variety channel from now on, instead of doing everything, which is what I was doing the last 2 years. No, basically what I was doing before 2017 was be a complete variety channel. Then before that, I was doing tons of campaigns with multiplayer on the side, much like the channels that inspired me, such as Danku 8000. So yeah, but I did build up a very sizable multiplayer audience. You, for example. Thank you. But yeah, so I mean, let me know what kind of games you want to see. And yeah. Alright, so anyway, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. And yeah, oh, by the way, please subscribe to my Patreon. Help doing so help fund this channel and my life to afford more games like this. More tactical shooters, of course. And also, my life, so I can eat, have internet to upload, eat so I live to upload. Yeah. Also, maybe move out of my own day so I can upload in my own house. Yeah. And stuff like that. Also, well, I mean, freestanding thing that exists, let's say. But anyway, because I'm not much of a renting type, I would totally buy land because it's cheap enough in Florida and build a house on it. Or at least build like a modular core thing, and then just live in that and expand it when I get, a girlfriend and wife. Hopefully, so yeah, and then expand into a normal house. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything easy, can I? Like most people my age would be renting an apartment. I just don't do that. Even if you bought an apartment, you didn't buy. You bought a space in the building, but if the building were to not exist anymore, your investment doesn't exist anymore either. Of course, does that exactly matter? Not really, because people have a nasty habit of holding on to apartment buildings. So yeah. But anyway, also, be sure to check out this story, Life in War in the 2040s, and the Adventures of Derek Line, volume number 1. Also, the Golden Age era book number 1. Oh, I said age. I got something like that. And basically, it tells the stories of of their Spline, friends and family, as they work to maintain their utopia they have built. Oh, well, at least their smaller utopia that they built. Because you can't convince everybody to live in paradise, nor is paradise the same for everyone. And of course, there are always the people that want to take over paradise and ruin it for everybody, because they exist. These people are known in the universe as pirates, the evil empire known as the Eastern Coalition, and random jerks who are jerks for random reasons. It's nonsense, really. And also they live in a world where technology has advanced significantly since our time, with hypersonic planes everywhere. At least from Green&Blue's perspective, with man-portable railguns, a new power source that is basically a hydrogen fuel cell that can also split hydrogen from air or water to fuel itself. It's pretty miraculous if you say it out loud like that. Super heavies are back. War has gone extremely complex. Not only are you fighting in the air, land, and sea, but also space, and also the stratosphere. And also battleships are back with railguns. Yeah, the 2040s are insanity. But the world has gone right. And that's also the universe, which you can also check out in the description right on Patreon. Find a line in the description, go underneath that, it should be Patreon, then right underneath that is their story, Google Doc, or Google Drive files, in which you can find the story itself, you can find it as a PDF, and a doc file which you can read in Word, or you can read in Google Docs, I've heard. Also, there are download overview bios for various things. You can read those to get an idea of the lore of the universe, and you just have fun. Let me know what you think of the universe. I have no idea how I can do that. Think about it. I guess the last Universe episode, which I am gaining the strength to narrate again, because reading scripts is hard. Like, physically hurts. And very frustrating for me. But yeah, I'll get back to that. But yeah. So it definitely is under, instead of a week, it's definitely under when it's done, pretty much now. But anyway, I should hurry up because I don't know how long I've been doing this outro. But anyway, so check that out. And yeah, alright, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess, see you. It's good.